As a specialist recruiter, you definitely want to be working with both active and passive candidates. So, in a nutshell, yes, you want the candidates that are super receptive, they're already in the market, they're already potentially pursuing other things and just actively seeking a new role. They might be available or they're just actively seeking a new role. But you also want to engage continuously with passive candidates because as a specialist, you are setting your stall out and you want to be known to have access to the best candidates in your space. And the way that you will do that is by curating a network and pools of candidates. So imagine like a bit of a bench sat here and pools of candidates that you can pluck and pull off your bench and say, right, okay, it's you're up next. And so you can do that by getting to know the passive candidates. And this takes time and effort, basically, and it happens over a period of time so that you begin to form relationships with candidates and they want to engage with you because you're thorough, you're friendly, you're not just wanting to phone them to suit you, you're coming across as if, because it's genuinely as if you want them to be part of your business. You want to work with them. You want it to be a two-way street. You genuinely have an interest in their career goals, what they're looking for, because a passive candidate is picky. A passive candidate will have a list of desirables, like as in what their next career move needs to look like. They have a different set of motivators to an active candidate. Because active candidates are either out of work or they're unhappy with their current employment or whatever it might be. So they have more motivation to move forward with a role. But your passive candidate, they are the candidates that you will pool or sit on your bench, as I was saying before, and they will be candidates that other recruiters probably haven't taken the time or got access to. And they'll be the candidates that over time your client, that's what they're coming to you for. As a specialist in your space, they recognize that you are the person that stands in the way or that can give them access to these said candidates. And clients want them because they're often the best candidates. But they're not ever going to be applying for roles directly. They're just not in that situation. They need your service to be sort of agitated and to be, that's the wrong word, to be ever in a position to look for another role. And the skill is all around developing the relationship with the passive candidate and drawing out, like, what is it about your career, your skills, your interests, your desires for the future, aspirations, like however you want to describe it. It's your job to draw that out of your candidate. And so that when you recognize that said list, in addition obviously to the core skills of the role, there's layers to this. Obviously they've got to have the skills, but in addition you've got to be able to match all those aspirations so that your candidate is heads turned, basically. So there's enough substance there and there's enough with the opportunity that you're presenting to make them seriously consider a move. And that takes time, and that's where your service becomes most valuable and very valuable. Yes, your active candidates are all absolutely fine, but to set yourself apart and to become a true specialist and expert in your space, you also need to work the passive candidate, because you'll find that's where the gold is.